Hallo liebe Giga-Zuschauer, ich bin jetzt hier im Atlantic Hotel in Hamburg und neben mir sitzt der Chandra, der CEO von Fusion Garage. Die haben ja in letzter Zeit ein kleines Tablet vorgestellt und auch ein Smartphone, was noch kommen wird. Und das hält er auch schon in der Hand, nämlich das Grid 10. Da Chandra nun mal Englisch spricht und werde ich jetzt eben halt auch wieder ins Englische rüberschalten, gedanklich und auch verbal für euch da draußen. Chandra, thank you very much for the invitation and showing us the Grid 10. What is that for a kind of tablet you're bringing out to the market?
It's a different tablet. It's a tablet with innovation. It runs on the Grid OS, which is a new operating system built using an Android kernel. But everything on top of that has been changed. Think of it like how Apple used Unix BSD and created the Mac OS. That's exactly what we've done with Android. We've taken the kernel and then changed everything to create a new operating system to give people a great new experience.
Before you start off your demo, you said you're using an Android kernel. What version is that? And is there any difference to the existing Android devices?
We've used the 2.2 kernel, but it really doesn't matter because Grid OS is a completely new OS. Everything has been changed on top of it, and we have our own roadmap. We're forked out of the Android branch, and this is a standalone operating system. And it's different from Android because it is not Android, and the whole experience is completely different. So instead of Google search, you have Bing. Instead of Google Marketplace, you have the Amazon App Store. Instead of the same experience that you have with normal tablets, you have a completely new and different experience that enhances usability as well. So it's a new OS, and it's called the Grid OS.
Okay. We're talking about the Grid OS, but better to let the picture say what it is, and maybe you show us on your tablet what it is.
So it's a 10.1-inch tablet with the highest resolution of any tablet right now. It's a 1366 by 768, 16 by 9 aspect ratio. As you can see, it's a really sleek-looking tablet, as you can see from the sides and stuff. And the whole interface is different, and that's what I'm going to show right now. So 4 key points. It's a new interface built from the ground up. Everything is different about the interface. It's intelligent. Intelligence is built into the OS. So when you highlight a word, it tells you exactly what the word is and give you options related to that. So it's a movie. It gives you things like reviews, check out what Twitter is saying, buy a DVD, things like that. And it can be movies, people, music. It doesn't matter. Social is built into the OS, so sharing is made easy. And we also have what we call seamless state, which is the ability to continue your content from one device to another device while having it in the same state as you had it on a previous device. So you watch a video, you stop on the tablet, you go to the phone, you continue watching it from where you left off. So all of these 4 key things makes this OS completely different and new and pretty compelling as well.
Okay. And show us some parts of the Grid OS.
So let me just... So I've just sent it to standby, and I'm going to just switch that on. And you can see the unlock screen itself is very different. So I unlock the device by signing in. So I just sign in my signature, unlock the device, and it brings you to the grid. The grid is like a table space where you organize your apps in clusters the way you want it. So you could have news in one area, you could have movies in another area. All of this are in different areas the way you want to organize it. And the table space is the endless space that you span around to get to where you want to get to. You have clusters, collapse the cluster, expand the cluster, and the grid map here tells you exactly where you are. So you can see where you are on the grid, and you can tap to get to where you want to get to. It's pretty easy to use. And if you wanted to change the background, you can do that. So if I just change the background, and let's just say I change to this, change the background, and that gives you a different background. If I wanted to edit any one of the clusters, just bring that down again. Let me just do that again. So let me just go down the map, edit grid, and if I wanted to move this around, I just have to, let's say, click this, move that, and that basically gives you a new grid. If I do that again, that becomes by itself. So I can apply a revert. I'll just revert this, and that gives me back to where I was. I wanted to show you some of the media stuff. So start with the video. It's a buttonless device, so you operate by gestures. Let me get the video first. You see how it breaks into the grid. The animations are all really cool and different. Want to get back to home, just do that and get back to home. Breaks into the grid itself. And now go into the video.
Short question. About the clusters. How many apps can I sort in a cluster? and how big is the map or the desktop?
So the space is endless. You can have as much space as you want. You organize it as big or as small as you want it to be. The grid map, tells you where exactly you are. You can have as many apps as you want in a cluster. Okay, you don't have to have just 3 or 10 or 20. You can have 50, you can have 10, you can have 1. So you decide what you want.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is a video app, and as you can see, I scroll, there's a 3D tilt. I can play the movies that I want. Let me just get to the end of it. Click on that. And that gives you the detail view with the photos and stuff like that. I can swipe through my pictures. The images will keep changing here. And I can see the different things here. If I go to share, I can easily share the my thoughts on Twitter. And let me cancel that because I don't want to do that right now. Play the video instead. And that will give you a totally different control from what you're used to, but it's really usable, as you can see. And increase the volume. Can pause the video. And if I want to get back to home, just do that and it gets back to home. It breaks into the grid itself. If I want to play music, click on music. And I have all the different songs that I bought from my MP3 store in Amazon. Plays the music. Go to the list view. I can edit. And the options will appear. If I tap, the options all become possible. Want to go back to home again? Just do that. It brings you back to home. Sorry. I'm listening to the music while I'm playing the. I can pan my home screen while I'm listening to music. I can reduce the volume as well, so brings down the volume. And the volume. Tap. If I want to change the song, I can do that. Brings down the bar. Pause. I'll pause the video. I can do that, and I'm done. So if I go to photos right now. You'll see the different photos that I have. Swipe through the pictures. And I can tap on one of them. Let's say I tap this one. And you can see how you can zoom in and zoom out really easily. It's really smooth. I can just swipe through the pictures. I can crop the picture if I want to. On the glass. That's what I want. Save it. That gives me the picture that I just cropped. I want to go back on the device, just swipe backwards and it brings you back to home. We have the Amazon App Store and the book readers and stuff here. You can look at that. I wanted to go home, just do that. Brings me back home. If I wanted to, let's say, do the browser, get to the browser. Get me the different pages that I have. Again, you see scrolling is really smooth. I can zoom in and zoom out. There's no redrawing at all. If I want to bring the Chrome, it's what we call a Chromeless browser. So swipe to bring up the Chrome. Gives you additional options here. I can add a new tab, which I just did, or I can just add an additional option. It gives me additional options. I can move through the tabs. I want to get to the tab that I want, just tap in, it goes in. If I want to close the tab, I just do that and it closes the tab. So, tab again. Tab again. I wanted to highlight. I want to just highlight this. I have the wheel that comes up. Just do that again. And the wheel will actually come up and give me options related to what I highlighted. So in this case, I have Wiki, Bing. I can actually check out the actor and what exactly he has done, trailers of his movies, and the buzz about what people have to say about him. Click on buzz, and that will bring up another screen that will give you the ability to see what people are talking on Twitter about Leonardo DiCaprio. I wanted to just go back.
So basically, it's searching in the background for the keywords I'm highlighting in the text.
it actually looks at what the word is, the movie, music, people, places, and give you options related to what you highlight. So if it's a movie, it give you movie-related options. People, it give you people-related options. So it's contextual and it's intelligent. It's done. The system does it automatically.
Yeah. You don't have to copy it out and put it in the search engine and then search on your own. It is done automatically.
Exactly that. So it's made very, very simple and usable. So I want to get back. I just swipe again. It goes off. I want to go home. Just do that, and it goes home. From the right, if I do this, I get what I call the heartbeat, which gives you all your notifications, all the intelligent stuff like your maps when you're in a restaurant, all that just comes up by itself here. Or I can also switch to different apps. So if I switch this, it brings me back to the music app as an example. I can also switch back to my browser if I wanted to. I want to go back to home again. Let me just go back to the grid and maybe show you maybe show you a game that we can play so that you know the Android apps can work. So let me just bring up the games. So we have the games right here. I click on one of them. Stupid Zombies.
Basically, any kind of Android apps which is available in the Amazon market, I can install and work.
That's right. And this is a game that is a 10.1-inch game. It works really well. It's an Android game. So just clicked on one of the games. Pretty good at this. I can kill this guy without looking at it.
At the moment is the Amazon market, App Store, Kindle, and the music from Amazon. The normal Google market, is that also on there?
No, the normal Google Marketplace is not there. It's only through Amazon that you get this. This is not an Android device. It's a Grid OS device. Although it runs Android apps. So,
but you are working also on your own app store.
Yeah, which will be made available later this year, where you can get not only just Android apps, but also apps that are written for our platform. That gives you more experience, a better experience. I want to show you the ability to read books really quickly. So let's just do that. I click on Kindle Books. Brings up the book, and the brightness will adjust by itself automatically because it's a book. It should not be too bright. So there you have it. I say yes, and I can swipe through the pages. Again, you see the brightness changes by itself. And if I rotate, you'll find that the rotation is very different from the Android-based rotation or the iPad rotations. So if I do that again, you find that it rotates really nicely. Back to home, and that shows you exactly how this works. So that's the Grid 10, and we showed you some of the features that are unique to this device. And we have the Grid 4 as well, which is a mobile phone running the Grid OS. And there we have it. It's a very slick looking device. I can just power on, and again, I would sign in to unlock the device. And you have a grid that is very similar to the tablet with my apps and everything synchronized. So there we have it. Again, the map is right here. If I want to play the video that I played just now and continue, that's the video app. So do that. It brings me to the next page. I can scroll. Give you an idea. Click on the video here. Again, the UI is similar but not identical. I can swipe to the pictures. I can play the video. And ask me whether I want to continue the video from where I left off. I say yes. And that starts playing the video from where I left off just now. And I can just control the volume. One finger gesture to go back to home. That brings you back home. So to give you an idea, this phone is announced, but it's not available right now. It will be shipping later this year.
Is that that will pick up also the video at the point where I watched it, left it on the tablet? How do you do that? Is the video stored somewhere in the cloud, somewhere on your service you provide, or is that syncing via wireless LAN to each other?
Sure. It's a service that we provide. We take the state and then we preserve the state so they can continue from exactly where you left off on the previous device. It's not stored, the videos are all stored locally. It's not on the cloud, but the state sync is on the cloud. And the other very important point to note is this one not only works for videos, but works for browsing, works for apps, it works for notes. It continues your experience from where you left off from one device to the other. And so the phone is not available yet. The tablet will ship in Germany on October 24th. The 16 gig Wi-Fi version is available for €299, including VAT. And that's available for pre-orders right now on fusiongarage.com. Retailers to be announced soon. We're still in discussions. The 3G version will be €399, including VAT. And that's a 16 gig version as well. It has micro SD, so you can expand your memory or your storage. And it has the highest resolution of any device as well, and more importantly, it runs the Grid OS.
Okay. Are these only the two versions, or will there come also 30 gigabyte versions of both?
No, this one is only with the 16 gig version right now. And if you want more storage, you have a choice of upgrading it using a micro SD, which is treated just like a local storage. So we do not believe in charging more for more storage. We believe in giving adequate storage and then letting users decide how much they need and expanding it with micro SD.
How about the update policy? We know everybody from the Android phones and tablets, they are constantly coming out updates. How do you handle these updates with your own OS?
Yeah, we are an OS company and we're very serious about the OS. It's a platform that we're building. We will continually update the OS on a regular basis, adding both refinements as well as new features. And we intend to see a regular update cycle throughout the life cycle of the device.
Do I have to hook up it with the PC, or will you syncing or updating via over the air?
So it is a wireless device, and wireless device means it should be able to be independent of any other device. And so updating will be done over the air. You don't need to tether this to a PC. You could just do it from anywhere you are.
Okay. Talking about PCs, you told me before the interview that you're also working on the Grid desktop, and that will be also available at the point when you start to ship the tablets?
That's right. The Grid desktop actually is something that helps us complete the ecosystem. So if you look at it from the PC standpoint, you have a lot of music and videos on your PC, on your iTunes, on your Windows Media Player. The Grid desktop allows you to move those content in exactly the playlist format that you had onto our Grid desktop, and then using wireless sync, you can get them on the tablet and on the phone. So it helps you complete the ecosystem because we have apps through the Amazon App Store. You can buy new music from Amazon. You can buy new books from Kindle, which is Amazon, or you could also have your legacy content brought from your iTunes on the PC or Mac, or your Windows Media Player on your PC, and bring it to the device through the Grid desktop.
That's it for the introduction of Grid 10 and Grid 4. I'm eager to wait to get my hands on the review version of this. These are pre-production samples, I think.
Pre-production samples. They are pre-production samples, and we are just as excited for you to receive the review unit, so we're looking forward to that.
Chandra, thank you very much for inviting me over, and I'm waiting for all the products. Wenn ihr also noch ein bisschen, jetzt schalte ich mal wieder auf das Deutsche um, wenn ihr noch ein bisschen mehr Informationen haben wollt über diese beiden Gerätschaften, das Tablet und auch das Phone, dann bleibt einfach bei uns auf der Webseite, denn wir werden natürlich immer diese Versionen verfolgen, denn dies scheint doch sehr interessant zu sein. Alles weitere wie immer auf eurer Lieblingsseite auf giga.de.